Hey there. Hi. Welcome to Share Your Scars, Take 5 with Vicki. And this is the Friday edition. What does that mean? Might go a little bit longer, but the Friday edition is going to be a little bit longer and also kind of wish you a healthy, good weekend because generally speaking on a Friday, you don't really see people on the weekend in the workforce. So kind of adding that on to how my thinking goes. So get your coffee or tea or hot chocolate. I'm Vicki. This is Take 5 with Vicki, Share Your Scars talk show. You can go to shareyourscars.com and you will see all that we offer. Our topic is wandering mind. Not wondering, wandering. Wandering mind. And I usually start off the show with a journal entry, and I'm actually going to do a little bit different. It's similar to a journal entry. This is going to be an excerpt from my book, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Hope that you are in a good place today, and if you are not, that it gets better. Sometimes we overthink. We think too much. We get a lot of the news. We get a lot of bad news. And I'm not talking about what's on TV, but through people. So we have to guard our minds and protect our heart and what goes in it. And wandering mind. A lot of us who self-harm and self-injure, we overthink and think too much. And so that's going to be our topic today. So this little story, it's journal entry / story. Avoid thoughts that lead you to think. Thinking, dwelling, contemplating. That is what I did. It always led me into a path of destruction. Always. I always had flooding thoughts that I felt I couldn't control. I always gave in to what I was thinking. I always gave in to what I was thinking. The thoughts always led me to think on other things that would lead me to a place in my head that was out of control. And I know there's someone listening that you're like, yeah, me too. Every person has the ability to think on just about everything and anything. We all do. We can daydream about incredible things. We ponder what it would be like to win $1 million. We think about the perfect person to marry, or we think about the complete opposite. We think about how miserable we are. We dwell on the past, the horrible things that have happened. We continue our thoughts with bad things that happened. We have choices on what we think about, right? We have choices in life, and we have choices what we think about. We have all creative minds and can probably think on just about anything, amazing and wonderful things. However, this is what always got me into trouble, the comma. However, if someone isn't thinking on happy thoughts or healthy thoughts, then they may become engrossed in misery like I did. They may not be able to use their mind and talents as they're intended. We need to get rid of bad thoughts that come into our life. That's going to be the first part. The second part is going to be on Monday, or the next time that we air, because it's Friday, so we would do that Monday. I'm going to leave that with, we need to get rid of bad thoughts that come into our life, which is going to lead me to 3 coping skills. So let's just recap a little bit about what I read, which is from my book, and kind of call it a journal entry. But this is, today we're talking about wandering mind. Avoid thoughts that lead you to think. And what are some things that you can do to avoid thinking on thoughts that are going to lead you to think on other unhealthy and negative things that are going to lead to other things. So what happens is it kind of goes up and down, and then sometimes, people say all downhill from there. To me, downhill is easy because you're kind of skating along. It's really uphill. It's an uphill battle. And we have to take control of our mind. So 3 coping skills, 3 things that can help you is staying busy. And those 3 things are within staying busy. One thing that worked for me tremendously in the moment, not in the moment of wanting to harm, excuse me, so tasty. I could smell it, a lovely aroma. But what really worked for me to distract me from my own mind was painting, acrylic painting. I got an easel, I put up this beautiful canvas, and sometimes I would just splatter the paint, splatter that. Other times have a different canvas and I would draw something. And so I would say a hobby, but it was specifically painting. Now, if I later in the evening after I was done painting, if I got a thought, did it help me? Not so much, but it got me out of my mind in a good way at the moment where I was doing something a little bit different, and painting got me thinking on other things, not negative thoughts. So that's the first thing, painting. The second thing, similar, is a craft. When we keep our hands busy doing something, our mind is also actively busy. So a craft, build something with your hands. It could be a box, creating a burden box, which we're going to talk about another day, a burden box, creating something with your hands. It could be a shoebox, covering it in paper and putting a little slit on the top and calling it my happy box and putting happy thoughts. So doing a craft. And then the third thing is music, healthy music. Now, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but you have to be really careful what you're listening to, what music is going in you, because it's going into your mind and it's going into your hearing that. So encouraging uplifting music will really be beneficial. So the first thing is, well, the second thing I think is painting. The third thing is I just said it. It's funny how my little brain, see, not little brain, but I can be a little forgetful as I'm saying it. But those are 3 things that will really, really be helpful and will help rein in the thoughts. Because that's the thing we need to do, is take control over our thoughts and our wandering minds. It's okay to wonder, but to wander, sometimes that can take us down to a place that's unhealthy. So I appreciate you watching today. What I'd like to do, this has been the 5th show in our series Take 5. What I'd like to do is hear your story. What are you going through? What have you gone through? What can you share with me and the us of the world? I would like to share your story. Please send an email to mystory, 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 at shareyourscars.com. Love to hear what your story is, and I will read it on the show. And we are Share Your Scars, recorded live and unedited. We do have a full-length show that will be aired on our YouTube channel, but the Take 5 with Vicki are every day. They're even on the weekends, but I like to kind of focus Monday through Friday and then do something a little bit different there with the show. So thank you very much for watching. Please send us your story at mystory@shareyourscars.com. And until next time, show your scars and share your story. Have a great, great day in your mind and in every way. Thank you for watching.